In this video, we are putting the two big players from Appleton head to head. The 8-year-old versus the 12-year-old. If you're a neat sipper, if you're a cocktail fan, which one should you buy? Should you have them both? Should you only buy one? The whole point of this serves two purposes for me. We are going down a Jamaican rabbit hole for this month, September 2023. But in that, I not only want to find my favourite kind of Jamaican rum, but I'm also on a mission to find the best Jamaican rum under $60, 50 UK pounds, for sort of 60 euros, the best Jamaican rum for a one rum Mai Tai. Will it be one of these two? Now, I've had a big love affair with Appleton 8-year-old. I think for the price, I think it is a stonking rum. It really is. It serves so many purposes. For me, I do like it as a neat sipper because I generically like those lighter, younger rums as a neat sipper. But I also think it serves a great purpose with cocktails and mixers, your rum and cokes, your rum and gingers, those kind of things, simple highballs. But there is a caveat here, because you will see this is a brand new bottle of Appleton 12. I've purposely not gone near the Appleton 12 for a long time because that's all that's been left in my previous bottle. And I've not wanted to bottle kill, and I've not had the opportunity or not needed to kind of get another bottle of Appleton 12 for quite a few months now. But this was kind of a great excuse. So I've always defaulted to the Appleton 8-year-old. But have I been wrong? Should I really be focusing on the Appleton 12? Now let's just get the big question out the way. First off, price comparison. So I'll start off in UK. This comes from Master of Malt in the UK, my go-to people. We are talking 20, so I'm going to round up here, £30 in the UK to £45. So £15 difference, which translates to $38 roughly, and $57. Okay, and then in euros, 35 euros to 53 euros. So not a huge sort of price. We know we're talking, like, let's go back to front. Euros, we're talking about 18 euros difference. Dollars, we're talking roughly $20. UK, we're talking roughly £15. Still quite easily under that £50. And let's be brutally honest, the love I've got for Chairman's Legacy, that's only a few pounds more, or a few pounds less, sorry, than Appleton 12. No, I'm really looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to going back to Appleton 12. It was a rum that I absolutely loved and adored, but because I had no need to buy another bottle, just kind of forgot all about it. So let's get into the sort of side-by-side comparison on the taste, but firstly on the nose. The first thing I need to point out is that these do not bring Jamaican funk. If you are new to Jamaican rum, this is not what you would stereotypically think or kind of have it in your head of what Jamaican funk is. And that kind of, for a lot of people, you know, you get those perceptions from Smith & Cross. Because these are blended, you know, these are pot and column still blends in here. They are not 100% pot still rums. You kind of do not have that, what's the word, pungent Jamaican kind of, those overripe bananas. They are there a little bit, but they are not there like you would get from a pot still Jamaican rum, Smith & Cross, Zymaca, those kind of things. But they still smell amazing. It stands to reason the 8-year-old is a lot softer. We've got a lot more vanilla up there. We've got a lot more sort of, there is those banana notes. There is tropical sort of pineapple notes in there. But it is sort of a fruit. It smells softer. It's fruit led. You know, there's a faint hint towards like barrel aging in there. Those kind of wood, oak notes, you know, sort of barrel ex bourbon notes kind of thing going on. But you know, it's not really in your face. However, as you'd expect, the Appleton 12 takes a different approach. You know, it's a blend of rums. It's not just the 8 aged for another 4 years. It's a different blend of rums, obviously. But because you've got the youngest rum in there, is 12-year-old, you have got more wood. You have got more vanilla, but sort of that heavier aged vanilla. You've got more oak coming forward. But you actually also, because of the barrels, you actually get more dried fruit. That sort of, not Guyanan Christmas cake, not to that level, but you've almost got those sort of dried fruit Christmas cake effect coming on. There is that little bit of banana in the background there, but nothing even remotely close to this. This is the fruitier one, the Appleton 8 by a long way. I think the side-by-side comparison lighter, softer, tropical, fruitier, but like pineapple, banana vibes. Heavier, definitely more vanilla on there, but heavier kind of dried fruits, barrel notes on there, just on the aromas. That's the side by side on the smelling. But on the taste, the Appleton 8, it really does deliver. For me, I don't know how to say this properly, but I would pick this as a lot more heavily aged than what it actually is, comparing it to other 8 and 10-year-old rums, especially like the lighter, the column still rums from your Latin country, Puerto Rico, Don Q, those sort of things. That 8-year-old does punch, and it is 43%, so it does punch a little bit more in that respect. So you've got plenty of vanilla, but it's like a burnt kind of charred barrel. That's kind of what I get off that. There is that vanilla. As it kind of sort of lengthens off a bit, that's when I get the subtle hint of fruit on there, the subtle sort of banana notes, but not, again, nothing remotely close to your pot still vibes. There's a touch of honey in that, a touch of maybe like orange as well on there. But it is a lovely, lovely rum. For me, and I haven't tasted this yet, there's still a bit I've gone in there. For me, probably when it comes to those traditional styles, so Barbados, Jamaica, Guyana, for me, this is probably my limit of barrel aging. I don't want anything heavier than that, but that might be put to the test with this. So that's kind of interesting, actually. Both, as I said, both the ABVs are the same. I actually do find that softer. I don't find that as harsh around the finish. Yes, it is more aged. It is more wood on there. There's more oak. There's more toffee. There's more sort of burnt caramel on there, as you'd expect from 12 years in a barrel and molasses-based rums. Again, those dried fruits. It is abundant in the dried fruit finish, much more so than banana for me. But it isn't what I stereotypically would think of as Jamaican. It's just a very good, great rum. There's no denying that. It will have a huge amount of fans, huge amount. I dare say it, more for those that actually love whiskey. That is more on that level. For those of us that are not huge on whiskey, I think that is on our level, because that for me is the fruitier alternative, the softer alternative. The all round, you know, even though they are undosed, you know, there's no additives to these. That is the sweeter rum. It is a more rounded rum. Like everything punches out in in equal kind of opportunities, if you like. You know, the fruitiness, the sweetness, you know, the wood, the roasted kind of notes. They all punch in the same sort of thing. There's nothing one more than the other there. For me, the 12-year-old is definitely punching more barrel aging than it is fruity sweetness. Okay, so for me, that has actually gone too far for a neat sipper. But I do understand the love it gets. You know, I think for the vast majority of rum drinkers, you know, the absolute rum lovers that don't really go down the cocktail route, that is going to be your favourite by a million miles. I get it. But I'm interested now. How does this affect the Mai Tai? So when it comes to the Mai Tai, we've been super kind of experimental here. You know, the ratios are the same. They are half Mai Tais compared to that, but the ice is half the amount. Flash blended each separately. You know, I've added the rum in there. I've not just done a Mai Tai mix and add the rum that I would normally do in cocktail dissections. I've made them properly just to get that kind of, you know, the proper experimental conditions. Now, this is very, very interesting because as a one rum Mai Tai, do I like it? The fact is, no, it doesn't compete with that at all. You can instantly taste the pot still, and you can instantly taste a little bit of bump in ABV in that. And that's the difference. These are not pot still rums. There isn't, and I'll be honest, there isn't the oomph in either of these to kind of give me a cocktail that I want. All right? So, is there one of these that's better than the other one in a Mai Tai? Yes, just the 12-year-old does offer me a little bit more than the 8-year-old. The 8-year-old is a little bit softer. The 12-year-old does benefit from a little bit more barrel age and a little bit of more woody, oaky notes in it. But would I personally feel confident putting one Rum Mai Tai on my menu using either of those rums? At this precise moment, no. I'm expecting a lot more from the rums that I've got coming. They are great cocktails, they are lovely cocktails, but I've tasted a few one Rum Mai Tais before and it doesn't even come close. Do you know what? Even though it's not a Jamaican rum, that would blow these two out of the water in that cocktail. It's a completely different experience, of course. It's not got a Jamaican kind of vibes, but then neither has these for me. Yes, they are Jamaican. Yes, they are, you know they're not Barbados. You know they're not Guyanan. But do they bring what you would, let's be honest. The Zymaca in that pot still, I'm not saying it's the Zymaca, sorry. The pot still that I get off that is exactly what you want in this cocktail. It's what is needed in this cocktail. And they just don't deliver on there. But at the moment, the 12-year-old, for me, would be the kind of winner out of this little battle. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you do a one Rum Mai Tai with an Appleton, a rum, an 8 or a 12? What do you think? Have you tasted better? Let me know in the comments below. The next rum, let me scroll up for here. The next rum in this little challenge is gonna be a one Rum Mai Tai with, I've got a new bottle here, a one Rum Mai Tai with the Zymaca. 43%, 43%, 43%. This could be interesting.